Do you ever just think about how much video games affect our lives? Especially a game like Minecraft, which provides a platform for putting creativity and imagination into a virtual world of our own desire. Minecraft is a game that allows you to express your ideas in infinitely many ways and gives every player ultimate freedom. And Minecraft isn't just another video game, it's an unforgettable experience that has touched the hearts of millions all over the world. You know, there's something about making a brand new world and mining that first tree, or making your first home to survive the night. Something about going mining and finding all the resources you possibly can. That feeling of building your Minecraft home, or even a secret base. It's something no other game can ever emulate, and it is no surprise that this game is the most sold video game of all time. With that being said, I want to show you guys a world I made this summer with my girlfriend and showing you some of the progress we made together. This is a really special world to me, and I'm really excited to show you guys what we've made on it so far and what our plans are to make more things on it in the future. So just to give you some context about this world, I went and loaded a copy of the seed in a creative mode so that I can go ahead and take a look at everything before we went and built it. So let's go ahead and take a look around, and we built very close to the spawn area, so it's very easy for me to come back over here. So this is where everything is going to be. So you're going to see that there's a lot of builds around this area. So there's going to be a base around that area right over there. There's going to be a house right on top of that hill. And there's going to be a barn right around over there on that sand. Which will then be turned into grass, like a lot of the sand here. And then this village is a village we took apart at some point, so this is all just going to be flat land. And it looks like the village generated slightly differently than how ours originally generated, but most of the key features seem to be here anyway, so it looks like this generated all over a ravine. That's interesting. But yeah, so this is the main area where we built everything, and there's quite a lot that we happen to build, so it's very weird to take a look at this now and see everything back to the way it was when we first started this world. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys see the world now, and yeah, you guys are gonna see some crazy changes, I think. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out the world. So I'm just going to kind of walk you guys through everything that we've made so far on this world. Everything is still work in progress, so we are still planning on playing on this map and continuing it further, and it's definitely not any sort of long-term world either. So there is still a lot that we do want to do on this world. Okay, so let me show you guys how the base works. So as you can see here, here's a waterfall which I'll open by throwing an item in. It will go ahead and release all the water, and then it will make little streams on either side. I can go walk in, and then once I go ahead and fall inside the base, the doors will close, and then I am able to leave the base at any time by coming up through a secret tunnel, and I will be pushed out right around here. Let me go ahead and open the base for you guys. So you just throw in any sort of item and it will spit it right back out for you, and then we'll go and open everything like that. So as you can see, the water comes down, and all of it's going to come down so that like the water doesn't stay in front of the door, of course, and then it's going to kind of spit out these two on the side so that then you can go ahead and walk inside. Okay, so people are going to ask the redstone. Yeah, it's pretty messy, as you're going to see, but it does what it's supposed to and hasn't failed on me yet, so I'll take that as a win in my book. But as you can see, there's basically repeaters and a whole bunch of lines of redstone going everywhere. It's pretty messy, and honestly, if I ever have to fix this redstone, I probably wouldn't be able to because I don't actually understand how it works anymore. But tons of cool stuff going on there, as you can see. But then when you come into here, there's a tripwire which will go ahead and close the door as well. So I'm sure you guys saw the closing earlier, so I won't go and show that for you guys again. But basically that will activate the whole closing circuit. And yes, I know the ceiling's ugly. I will get around to fixing that, I promise. But here is the main room of the base. So you land on these slime blocks here so that you don't take any damage, assuming you don't crouch a lot. And then there's nothing really going on down here, just kind of a work in progress mine, which will bring us down to layer 11 so we can go strip mining. And then over here, we have our giant storage room. So we're trying to expand this and add things that are usually kind of useful to keep. So we have a whole bunch of miscellaneous random blocks here and here. And then we have nether blocks, and then we have some more of the stone brick stuff because we use a lot of these blocks pretty often. I'm not sure why I put the slime in there, but the slime's in there, so there's just a random slime block with that category. And of course, all the mining materials as well. We have a whole ton of this stuff. Look at that. Look at all that coal ore I haven't even put fortune on yet. Then we got some iron, haven't even bothered to smelt it. Gold and some diamonds, haven't even done those yet. Emeralds, lapis, and lots of redstone. So lots of materials. We have spent a lot of time mining, of course. So I think that's everything worth showing in the storage room at least. And then we'll make our way into the crafting, smelting, whatever you want to call it room. And so we have a whole bunch of furnaces with some coal in it. And I smelted a whole bunch of glass. That was for the mob spawner, of course. As you can see, there was quite a lot of glass on that thing. But then down across this hallway here, we come into the it's kind of a bedroom, kind of not. I mean, it has beds in it. It's kind of supposed to be a bedroom. And then we have this giant map floor. So we can see the entirety of our world from an above view, which is pretty nice. And it's like the smallest minimized map. So it's like you can see every single little detail as you kind of look at it, which is kind of a cool little thing I like about it. So yeah, that's at least our world so far, and it looks pretty cool. I like that you can see each of the little pathways and stuff, and some of the statues. And then we have this giant aquarium here, which has a whole bunch of tropical fish in it. And as you can see, there's a few here and there. They seem to hide a lot and kind of swim in the little corners, so maybe we should have given them air pockets, maybe. But this button, if you press this button, it will dispense some seeds, because I don't know what else you would feed the fish, I guess. So it just dispenses some seeds. And so you just kind of pretend to feed them, I guess. It was kind of a nice little addition, I think. So let's go ahead and make our way down to the library, which is to the left or the right of the actual crafting room. And as you can see, this place is pretty big. So this took quite a while, but at this point we had 2 people working on it with efficiency 5 diamond pickaxes. So it honestly wasn't all that bad. And it has 2 floors as well, and is, I guess I would say, kind of inspired from the Stronghold library, but with my own kind of taste or flavor to it, whatever you want to call it. And then here we have a desk where we'll probably put our villager inside of it, which I'll show you guys our villager. He's pretty awesome. So yeah, this is one of the most recent things we worked on. We made a whole bunch of bookshelves, and we got some from the Stronghold and kind of put them in here. This place isn't really done either. I do want to kind of put some leaves around the ceiling and stuff. I think that would be a nice little touch. But here's our villager over here, and we do have a mending villager, which is fantastic because that has made our lives a lot easier. Now I can show you guys how many mending books we have, because honestly it's kind of ridiculous. So yep, these are all mending books. So I think we'll be all set on that for probably the rest of the time we play this world, of course. So that was very lucky, and honestly we didn't even really try to get that villager. It was just kind of like we cured a zombie villager, and then we just kind of got his trades to get mending. And then over here, once we start leaving the crafting room, then we can come to our nether portal, which has a nether hub, which will lead to other places in our world, which I'll probably get around to that later. But the nether hub isn't exactly the best, but I do like the little railways that we have made there. So to leave the base, we go through this water tunnel thing, and you can kind of see a little bit as you kind of go up. There's some animals in there. There's a whole bunch of grass and nice stuff like that. So it is turning night, so I will go ahead and sleep, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's daytime now. You guys have seen the base. Let's move on. We'll go ahead and check out this thing, because it's honestly just miscellaneous chests. So if it's just kind of like we're feeling lazy, we don't feel like organizing stuff, we can just kind of throw random stuff in here. So it's a little messy, and every now and then it kind of gets organized. So you can see there's signs that kind of vaguely organize things. So like weapons, there's a whole bunch of weapon related things in here, and then there's like armor, horse armor. So yeah, that's kind of handy that at least it's a little organized. So if you want to try and find something in it, then you might have a better chance of that. Let's go ahead and make our way to the barn. Also, there's a whole bunch of carpets in the ground because we're replacing all the torches with pumpkins. Might make it look a little better. It's kind of a thing we're doing. So yeah, there's a lot of animals in here. We just kind of keep breeding and then kind of sometimes forget to kill some of the animals. So yeah, we're kind of left with this really messy situation where there's so many animals in here. And then this is our panda named Chunk. So I don't know. I mean, he looks like a chunky boy, so Chunk made sense as a name, I guess. And then we got some rabbits. They kind of jump out of the pens a little bit, so this is kind of not really working out. But yeah, so that's the rabbits there as they kind of jump around the whole barn and stuff. But yeah, we got all our animals in there, and we made a nice barn. It was kind of like half from scratch, half from like a Google image we kind of used as reference. And it turned out pretty nice, so I'm pretty happy about that barn. And then I'll come over to here. There's like some pathways being work in progress. Like as you can see, it like kind of stops and then continues here. So it's like kind of weird. But if I move down to over here, you can see there's a little bridge and a little water thing, which is kind of nice. So it kind of made it look all nice around here. And then there's these natural trees, which make a really nice archway. So we kind of kept it like that and just drew some lanterns on it. It looks pretty nice. I kind of like it. I'm a fan. But yeah, so this pathway will connect around to the back side of the house. Oh, there's still some pumpkins back here, it looks like. But we have AFK fishing spots. We actually have 2 spots for that. And so we just have a whole bunch of stuff in here. We moved all of our enchanted books down to the library, so there's nothing really there. We have our skeleton farm, which I'll get over there in just a second. But yeah, I want to do something with this place, make it look a little bit nicer, because kind of back here it just kind of looks a little strange, just kind of cutting it off like that. And then we'll go across this bridge, because we were tired of going in the water, so I just made this quick little bridge to get over there. Go check out the skeleton spawner, which is a pretty simple design. It just pushes the skeletons up and then makes them take all the fall damage they need, so you can still hit them and get the experience that you need without having to use a sword. So in the skeleton farm, basically a skeleton shoots up and then it comes all the way up to, it's about 22 blocks up higher, and then they're going to land on these hopper blocks, which will basically make them take most of the fall damage they need, so that they'll just be one hit kill. So very nice, easy way to get some experience. And so we have tons of bones and arrows and stuff as well, which all gets collected into these chests down here. So tons of stuff in case we ever need it. So very handy that we have this farm. We kind of built it pretty early on too, so it's been very easy to get experience for us. It's still kind of a work in progress. As you can see, like there's no roof on it yet, and it looks a little bit unfinished in some of the inner areas as well. So that is something I need to do, is put some sort of roof on it, make it look a little nicer. But we do have a skeleton head on it, which was a kind of a nice touch as well. I kind of liked having that there. So it's an easy thing to see from around the world. Making our way back to the main area though, you can see our giant monster spawner there. It does look kind of weird because like the thing on top makes it all look dark. It looked really cool before the ceiling was put on it, like it was made of white stained glass, but now it just looks like this dark gray or black. So that's kind of unfortunate, but we have this minecart system which grabs all the items. It's probably going to get really loud over here, so I'll probably try and mute the game audio so you guys can not have to listen to that. But I decided not to make all the mobs fall another 20 blocks because they would have probably just made things a little bit more difficult. So they can, for the most part, still die. The spiders kind of do climb up every now and then, but it still does what it needs to do, and then everything gets collected. So it's a pretty cool system. I really like that. It's also, as you noticed, probably really tall. I think it has about 20 layers or platforms for monsters to spawn on, and then like the water pushes them off every now and then. So it's a pretty big project. We got it done in, I don't know, it was a couple hours, like took 2 sessions. It was honestly not as demanding as I thought it would be. So yeah, anyway, there's a pathway that leads over there, this little tunnel, but we can make our way back over this way. I was kind of thinking maybe putting some sort of maybe creeper head pixel art thing on top of it. That might be kind of cool. But let's go ahead and check out the statues because you can kind of see them, but there's also interiors to them as well. So we each made our own little areas there, so we can, if we're over in the area at all, we can just go ahead and go to bed in them because they're like, they kind of serve the function of being little mini bedrooms inside the heads at least. So I'll go ahead and get inside mine. And I've kind of started replacing some of the sandstone stuff with stone and cobblestone. I still need to do it over there too. I just kind of got lazy and stopped doing it. But basically, just kind of zoom up to here. And as you can see, this is the one I made, of course, because it looks like yours truly. You can see I'm just kind of adding painting and ender chest, a whole bunch of, you know, random essentials. And there's like a little coffee table thing, or maybe a dinner table. And then more paintings. We got beds. I think it's cyan because it just looks kind of nice. So just kind of, you know, did pretty minimal decorating. I think it just kind of added some of the essential stuff and kind of left it at that. So it looks kind of nice. And then we'll go and move on to hers. All right, which is, of course, a giant giraffe. So let's go ahead and swim up to the top. And it's pretty similar to mine. It has a couple of beds on it, has an ender chest, and a couple chests like that. There's a sunflower in here. And there's Home Sweet Home with a heart and rip baby kitty. I think a baby kitty died, so she put a piece of string that it dropped on the thing just to like remember it. So yeah, that's a thing. Oh, actually, there's the slime farm over there. I kind of almost forgot about that. But same thing, like we built a giant slime head like we did with the skeleton thing, just to kind of easily see what kind of thing it is, which is kind of nice. I think it's a nice little detail. But while we're walking over there, I'll go ahead and show you guys the village we took apart. Like, this used to be an entire village, and then we just destroyed the whole thing, and we've put some villagers in here. Like, all the villagers died because of a raid that probably happened, or a zombie thing, so we had to kind of get some villagers back, and then we haven't really done anything with them, so they're all just kind of sitting in these huts over there. And then this is our first house. This is the only house that's left of the village, but we stayed in this village house for the first night. So it's just kind of like, yeah, of course we have to keep this house here because it's like where the world started. So this house has stayed there and hasn't moved or changed or anything. So that's kind of a nice little thing. But let's move on to the slime farm, because the slime farm's kind of cool. It's just that it's just a little too far away from the main area where most of the time slimes aren't really going to spawn in here. But basically what we did with it is there's an iron golem in the middle, which basically makes all the slimes go after it. Okay, so we'll just drop down to here. Oh, there's a giant slime in here. Yes, there's an iron golem that he kind of goes after most of the time, and then we'll run it into the cactus. I believe you can use magma cubes now, so we might have to swap that out, but we made this before we really had many magma cubes. And then they kind of get hit by the cactus, and then the drops will go inside of this chest right there. So it's kind of a nice automatic system, so we don't really have to come and kill the slimes. We can just kind of let it run, and it'll probably do its thing, which is kind of nice. So let's just go ahead. I have looting on the sword, so we'll just go ahead and try and get the extra slime balls. Throw them in there. But yeah, pretty cool system. That's the slime farm. There's some gold and stuff on the ceiling that we didn't really bother getting. But let's go ahead and head out of here. But a common theme you'll see, of course, is that there are like random water streams that bring you up and down. Just like, it seems like one of the most efficient ways to move up and down very quickly. So that's just what we use a lot. It is getting a little bit dark. I am going to probably just stay up through this night because, well, our area is very well lit up, so it's very unlikely that anything's really going to spawn around here. Like, honestly, just the biggest threat of that is just like phantom spawning, which I'm always afraid of course, because phantoms are pretty scary. So I can go ahead and show you guys the spider spawner, which is kind of a work in progress, but the actual farm itself works. It's just that we haven't really made it look entirely nice yet. So we'll go ahead and come back to these nice looking trees. Looks really nice at night, by the way. And there's actually this hidden button, or I don't know if it's really hidden, but inside the stone there's a little button there which you can press and opens up those doors there. So there's also a little pulse extender so it doesn't close right away. Work in progress room, but basically same thing as before, where you drop down and you can get, ow, that actually hurt me. Okay, guess I gotta add an extra thing of water. But yeah, as you can see, there's a spider spawner thing that kind of brings a whole bunch of them up here, and you can just kind of go and kill them, get the string, spider eyes, and experience. It doesn't damage the spiders, so unfortunately you do have to use your sword to do that. But honestly, it's such a simple design, I don't think it really matters too much. But I do like the spider spawner. I don't think it's as good as the skeleton one, just because like you do have to use your sword, but it's always nice to have unlimited string in case you ever need a lot of wool or something. Oh, there is a creeper over there. Alright, well, I'll have to watch out for him. But let's go ahead and come up to this area. As you can see, there's like water flowing from this upper area, which is from the back of the house. There's actually like the fish farms, which I showed you earlier, and there's these stairs that kind of connect down to there. And then of course we're farming all of these pumpkins, so we just swapped out some of the melons for pumpkins. And of course it's not the most efficient farm, I know, but it just kind of looks okay. You know, it's kind of nice to have a nice little farm in the backyard, and there's all the wheat and stuff that we're growing as well. We have some cactus, sugarcane, so mostly just the essentials. And this is random watermelon here, which is because an Enderman put it there one time when I was fishing, and we never decided to get rid of that watermelon, so it's just always stayed there. So I don't know, Enderman left us a little watermelon gift. So yeah, this is the basement of the house. I don't believe I showed it off yet, but it does have an enchanting room and has some lapis and stuff so you can enchant. But honestly, we haven't really used this enchanting room in a pretty long time because of those enchanted books that we got. And then we have so many animals, I don't think I'm going to be able to show them off, but like we have so many different cats. Like we have Cookies and Cream, Boots, Smokey, Callie, and then there's my dog named Buddy. We have a dog named Bjork or Bjork, I don't know, but it's from like the Scandinavian dog meme thing where it's like anxiety, depression, Scandinavian dog. Yeah, anyway, I think that's what's mostly to, at least to see, to check out. But we do have two places in the Nether I said I was going to show you guys, which one of them leads to our jungle remote place. So we'll probably build a secret remote jungle house, which will look pretty nice. I'm just going to jump through this. I'm not going to wait for it to go down. And then we have another one which leads to our stronghold. And the minecart tracks, we used a lot of glass, so you can see a lot of the natural nether without having to worry about gas shooting at you, which is always kind of nice. Alright, so I'm in the nether. There's a whole bunch of zombie pigmen very not happy with me. So I am going to kind of try and go fast here. So I'll go ahead and show off the, this is the jungle one first, because I think the jungle one's pretty cool. And we'll go ahead and, like there's not too much to show off. I'll show you guys when the cool part comes up. Okay, so right up here we got a pretty cool view really quickly. You can kind of see over the world. Really neat. I kind of like having that, but most of that track at least is like inside of like the actual nether mountain. I don't really even know what the nether is, to be honest. It's just kind of inside a whole bunch of netherrack, so there's nothing to see, so it's just kind of simple left as netherrack and nether brick. Nothing too fancy there. Okay, so here's our jungle biome. We went and cleared out all the trees around here, so it's just nothing but land, and we haven't even flattened the land yet. But we're going to probably make a nice little summer home looking thing around here. Just kind of like a little vacation resort thing in case we ever just want to like come here. But this area is also very important too because we do have a ocean monument right around here. So it'd be really cool to maybe clear out the ocean monument right over there as well. So we have the convenience of having a nice little home while also being right next to that area as well. We haven't even bothered looting it yet, so we do need to go on an adventure down there and actually try and get sponges and kill the guardians, of course. Okay, so here's the other track. You can tell it looks very different from the other one because there's a lot more glass. And as we kind of travel a little bit more, it starts to look a lot better because there's a lot more you can see. So as you can see here, like you can see all the lava. And the nether's actually a really cool looking place. You're always too occupied just kind of making sure you're not getting shot at or killed or falling in lava, but when you're able to just kind of look at it like from this view, knowing that you're pretty much going to be safe, it's kind of a cool thing. It's kind of cool to look at like how the whole world kind of generates, and like it's kind of crazy to see how much lava there is in the world. I don't know, that's just kind of me. I kind of appreciate the nether. You guys can let me know if you guys think the nether still sucks. So we arrived down here. I was planning on adding some chests here in case we wanted to store anything here. But this will lead to our stronghold. So as you can see here, we do have our end portal like right next to our actual portal to the nether. And we do have all the ender eyes we need to go to the end. So at some point we will fight the ender dragon. We just haven't bothered to do that yet, but that is definitely something on the agenda as well. But maybe that does give you some sort of idea of like, you know, some of the things we've done in this world and how many things we haven't quite done yet. So that's pretty much everything there is to see in the Nether hub so far. There's really not a whole lot going on right now, but I'm hoping maybe we can expand and add tracks to go to other important areas as well, but at least right now we don't have really anywhere worthy of going very far away. So I believe I've showed you everything that's pretty important in this world so far, at least. Like, there is still a lot of things that we are working on, so I'm hoping maybe in a couple months or sometime in the future I can update this video with a lot of the things that we have added to this world, which would be something that'd be pretty cool. Of course, you guys can let me know if you guys want to see more the stuff that we do in this world, because there's quite a lot that we haven't done yet, and there's a lot of little things which I probably haven't explained in this world, which just a lot of stories I'm sure that are there for probably just her and I that I probably forgot to even mention. But I love this world. It is really cool. I love playing on it, and it's entirely off camera, so unfortunately I don't have any sort of video series to show you guys, unlike my Potato SMP series, where when I toured that world I was able to say you guys could go check out every single thing that we've done on that world. Thank you guys very much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments section below. But with that, I'm going to leave you guys with this little cinematic I put together, and I'll see you guys in a future video. But thank you guys for the support. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys sometime soon.